Okay, hi everybody.
Hi.
How's
Hi.
it going? We're here together in person. Welcome to my channel. I'm Meg, and I'm joined here with my fiance Jens and my best friend. So we're doing this with you guys in person.
I'm like backwards.
Oh my God. Sunny.
Hi.
Sunny from Pluto. So yeah, we just felt like doing a live today, right, guys? And connecting with you guys, seeing how it's going out there. And we have some stuff that we feel like talking about as well that we're going to get into. And I finally have my channel, YouTube channel, monetized now. So if you'd like to make a super chat and ask us a question, we're going to be answering some questions with our cards and our intuition. So hello to everyone who is watching live and whoever's going to be watching the replay of this. Thank you so much for joining us. Let us know in the comments how you're doing today. And who wants to give the update on where we're at, where we are?
So we can start.
We're in a sunny location where oranges grow, although I haven't seen any orange trees yet.
Yeah, and we haven't seen any alligators yet.
Or crocodiles.
That's the clue as to where we are. We're not going to give away our exact location at the moment. We're on a trip. We're on a little holiday. So yeah, we're somewhere in the south. We're enjoying the sun. And yeah, Sunny and I have been in the south for a little bit. First we went to New Orleans. Then we went to Memphis, and now we'll just say we're in Florida. We won't say where exactly we are. And Jens just got here just the other day. So how does it feel to be in the US after being banned for 3 years?
Yeah, it's crazy to think. I actually forgot it was only until April that, unvaccinated people were not allowed in. And I kind of forgot. And it's like, oh, it's only 3 months ago, So I've not been able to go to the States for it's almost 3 years ago. I've been here and I love to go here. So yeah, it's crazy that that part of it was only so long ago. Although the COVID times seem to be like behind us a little bit, that was really like very recent. So it's crazy. Yeah?
Even when Meg and I, we went to Lilydale for a day in New York, and it's only like a 2-hour drive from where we live in Ontario. And we were talking about like how stupid it was. Like you couldn't just drive over the border. It's so easy. You just drive through. Somebody asks you where you're going and you just go and it's right there. And then we both were talking about how that was our first time in the US for like so long. Well, I went to Ohio before that, but for you, it was like, it's so stupid. It's so close. Like, and yeah, what Jan said, it's like so weird to think about. Like that was reality for a while and could possibly be reality again. I don't know why I'm doing this. This is what the evil people do. I don't want that, but it's a possibility that I'm not here for.
Yes. So that's part of what we want to chat with y'all about today, where we're at, what's coming up. But we're in Mercury retrograde. We're in Retrograde City, which is the theme for our video today. What we titled this video, Welcome to Retrograde City. So it is important sometimes to look back, right? To look back, to reflect, to review. And it's so trippy that, oh, cool. Pierre says, I'm going to Lilydale this weekend.
Oh, nice.
Enjoy yourself, Pierre. That's going to be fun. And hi, Transcendental Gems and everybody who's out there. Very nice to see you with us. Yeah, the last time we were in the States, Jens and I, was January 2021. So that was almost 3 years ago, if I'm doing the math.
Oh, and then the thingy, the magic, evil magic juice came out right after that, right?
Yeah.
And that's when the stupid papers came out.
It was before the vaccines and before the testing even.
The black magic juice and the black papers.
The black papers. Yes. So I'm so grateful to be back in the US because I love America. I love freedom. I love free countries, as I know my best buds with me here do as well. We're 2 Canadian gals and 1 Belgian lad who we love freedom. And I think I speak for all of us that that's one of our core values. So
this is weird to see us
we
all
love
together.
America. I know. Do we look funny, you guys?
This is weird. Honestly, I don't think I've ever seen this before.
Like all 3 of us sitting like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is weird.
Yeah, this is very casual. We're on the road. So this is just being cash and wanting to connect with you all.
Look at how like we have all different ancestors, and you can like see it in our faces. Like we look so different. We have something completely unique. We have something completely unique to offer and share, each one of us. It's crazy.
But we're all
But we're so
actually.
close, so yeah. Well, we weren't born there, but yeah, our immediate blood is from there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Gypsy Mama. Nice to see you. Yeah, if you guys want to guess what our heritage is that a word? What our heritage is? Because
people probably know Jens's, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of Belgian French and stuff.
Oh, you weren't supposed to say it. You're supposed to make them guess it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's always fun to guess people's heritage, but that's true. We do look really different. You really.
My head is so much bigger than yours.
Really?
I don't know. I feel like my head is so big compared to you. You have a little head.
I have a little head. I feel like we have the same size.
This is weird. Okay, anyways, now it sounds like we're like on drugs or something.
Yeah, anyways, we're not on drugs.
We're on love.
We're on love. So, yeah, nice to see you.
Exactly.
Pleiadian.
Somebody said Pleiadian.
Yeah, nice to see you guys out there. And if anyone wants to ask us a question in the super chats, we'd be happy to answer with our cards and our intuition. And yeah, so we were talking about we're in Retrograde City, which means we're in a lot of planets retrograde right now. Today is the first day of Mercury retrograde, and on August 28th, Uranus is going retrograde. So how are you guys feeling with the retrograde? Sunny, we'll start with you.
You know that emoji with like the twisty eyes and it's like this wiggly mouth? That's how I feel right now. Yeah, lots of things, like you said, from the past coming up, like very strongly. Things that need to be dealt with. I don't even know what to say, because it's just like an eruption of like all the things that have been like held within and kept hidden. It like can't be hidden anymore within personal lives. I don't know if it's for everybody, but for me, and I mean in my personal life, regarding other people's personal lives too, they're kind of having to deal with, okay, I actually need to face this thing, and it's not going to be pretty, and we want to avoid, you know, hurting people's feelings. So there's a way to go about things responsibly and compassionately, but I mean, it's kind of impossible to never feel anything bad. So it's just some type of weird explosion is going on, like a spiral. I've been seeing spirals a lot, just everything coming up and being exposed or being like let go and transformed, I guess. I don't even know. Just a cluster fuck. Am I allowed to say fuck?
Yes.
Okay. I was trying not to say it, but I don't know.
So you're feeling like other people's projections and how to deal with that versus what you want, but not wanting people to feel bad because of what you want.
Yeah, and other people that I am corresponding with too that are going through similar things.
Nicole says, I feel like Sunny.
Yeah. Well, it's like good, like lots of good things are happening, but I just feel like it's kind of like I said something yesterday, like a period of excited confusion. I don't know. There's just so much going on, and a lot of it's a little bit messy. So
that's
like
okay.
Cleaning up the mess a little bit, but it's kind of scary.
Yeah, it can be scary when things are shifting for sure. And there's all those different emotions like you're talking about and feelings and things going on. How are you feeling, Jensi? I call Jens Jensi. So if you hear that, his name is Jens, but we call him Jensi.
Oh, cool.
I feel good because I'm on vacation, you know. I mean, I'm in a sunny place. Cool. I came from Europe, you know, where the weather like this summer totally sucked. So this is like, this is amazing, you know. I mean, traveling is always very nice, and personally for me, like emotionally or something, if I'm traveling, I'm having a good time. It's stable, it's good. But you know, I want to kind of what we talked about in the beginning, like that the COVID, like it's only 4 months ago that we weren't able to travel into the States. And you know, I've heard some. We've been talking about it also yesterday. I've heard some things here and there that they might bring it back, like in October. And then lockdowns again in the winter. I heard something like Alex Jones had like a TSA insider who said it. And I here in Belgium, I hear also like some health institutes are like hiring people again, looking to hire people again in October.
Mhm.
So there's kind of and all kinds of stuff that I've been hearing about it. So I hope not, but they might. I don't know if that has something to do with the retrograde, because I don't know
Mhm.
about the astrology of the.
Mhm.
Maybe we could go into that in a bit.
Mhm.
About the astrology of the like in October, November, of the autumn.
Yeah.
But I think personally, I don't want to be a pessimist, but I think I've always kind of believed they will bring it back. Not to be pessimistic, but this goes into a larger thing. Like, during Corona, everybody remembers we've had these periods where they, did extreme measures like lockdowns, and then they relaxed it a bit, and then they did it again. And it was,
Yeah.
especially like in Europe, I think in Canada it was the same. It was masks on, masks off, masks there, masks not there, rules there, rules not there. I mean, it was crazy. And this was like on that period of like 2 years of Corona. But I think if you look at it in the longer term, they're going to also do this in the longer term. And I think they're going to bring it back. I think they might bring it back in October and November. And this plays out into this game that they're playing with us, because, a differing set of rules. If you have always the same rules, it's not fun, but it's psychologically easier to bear if you have always the same rules, and it's kind of not such. It's harder to bear if the rules keep shifting all the time. That's what they do in prisons, for example, in Abu
Yeah.
Ghraib. They wake people up at 2 o'clock at night and they change the rules, and it creates a state of confusion, which
Suffering.
which is easier for mind control.
Mhm.
And so I think this plays into the longer term, that they're going to for that mind control, that putting it back on us, these measures, and nobody likes it. And this is going to be a real psychological hit for some people, because if they bring it back, it's going to be, oh my god, it's there again, and they're going to be like, people are going to lose some people might lose their hope. And I think we have to be really vigilant, especially now it's summer. I'm going to enjoy the summer so much, and to not let them get to us, and if they do it again, I hope not. I'm not pushing it, but we got to be realistic. We're dealing, with the new world order here, with psychopaths who are evil to the extreme. So, we got to be realistic. So I think that's something I hope not, but I think we might see in the autumn.
Mm-hmm. And
Hi, Victor, by the way.
Yeah. Is Victor Matrix Game Master?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Sorry, did you want to say something?
I just wanted to say, I like your comment, Victor. It feels to me like we are in some kind of void, almost like purgatory. And I totally feel that and agree. And I think that we get into these purgatory feeling like places when we're in between great astrological ages, which is what we're in right now. We're literally in between a 2,000-year age of Pisces and a 2,000-year age of Aquarius. And it is like a purgatory. And it feels really, really weird. And there isn't a lot of natural fun around, natural joy. It feels to me like we have to create a lot of that ourselves. And that's what part of the challenge is. And especially like Jens was saying, they're probably going to try, and we're already seeing it, to try to bring back certain mandates and do this whole mind control thing again. And it's us having to be even stronger than we even knew we could be, than we already have been. It feels like a really, really critical time for us to keep our hope high, to be connected to like-minded people, to have soul family near you, or know of the soul family close to you, connect with them online, because we're really, I think, going to need each other. And having conversations like this is very important. So do you want to comment on anything?
Well, I think it's a good point that Jens brought up about like prison treatment and stuff, about changing the schedules and just like kind of making it so confusing. It's breaking down their like psychological strength, that they just give up and they feel like they have nothing to live for, and it's just more comfortable for them to just follow the rules and take what's given to them, even though they're criminals or whatever. I mean, not that really applies a lot for in the big grander scheme of like the COVID lockdowns and all that shit. But even though they're criminals, they're being treated like inhumanely, to the point where like, yeah, they lose their mental strength and they lose the will to have power and to like live, basically. And those are the same tactics that they're using on society as a whole. And bringing these measures back again is, like both of you said, is going to be so confusing, so frustrating. And then there's going to be people again. Maybe they're trying to probably break down like those of us who didn't fall the first time, maybe people are just going to be like, I can't go through this again, because they know it is a psychological tactic. It's a psychological war and a spiritual war. And they know how damaging it was for a lot of people and how hard it was for a lot of people. Like me, for example, like I didn't even like go anywhere. I didn't even leave my house because it was too taxing for me to like have an argument to everywhere I went about why I don't need to wear a mask. So I just like didn't even leave my house. And that was 2 years, and I didn't see you for 2 years.
Yeah.
And like, I don't really want to do that again. I know I could, but I don't think everybody
Yeah.
can or will or want to. I don't know. So hopefully they do, but it definitely is a tactic to break down people who are mentally strong, but also even further have those who did conform the first time conform even more, comply even more, I should say.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm feeling intuitively and just practically like this is really trippy for a lot of us that have been awake and conscious for a really long time. But this is feeling to me like the opportunity for those that did not stand in their power the first time. It's kind of like their second chance.
Yeah.
This is kind of like, are you guys going to, it's kind of like actually a gift, if you think about it, for people to step into the higher timeline that haven't chosen that yet by stepping into their sovereignty, because that's how we do it. That's what it's feeling like to me.
Well,
so I think this is as messed up as it is that they're trying to bring these mandates back. I think a little bit of a positive is that a lot of people who just went with it the first time are going to say no, and then they're automatically going on a higher timeline by stepping into their sovereignty. Yeah. So everything that the dark arts people try to do backfires anyway. And this is really, I don't see this working this time, but just the fact that they're even trying to do it is fucked up.
It doesn't, it doesn't really make sense either. Like I can see it did work in a way the last time, but like you said, like it pushes people to really open the boundaries of their mind and to maybe like see, wait, this doesn't feel right, and then start diving deeper into like why that doesn't feel right, and then starting to see things for as they truly are beneath the surface, and to maybe see into the agenda. And then there's like little tidbits of information, and maybe they know someone who has like conspiratorial knowledge or whatever. But yeah, I forgot where I was gonna go with that. It just backfires. It's weird. It's like they're giving us an opportunity, like you said, to open our minds more, but then there are those who will bow down to it at the same time. So there's always there's always a higher aspect to like every situation in life, which I think is funny, because if they know that you cannot disconnect us from God. They're really trying to. They know that the earth is just naturally, because of where we're moving in the universe and galaxy, is raising its vibration. Like why are they even giving us the opportunity? Like I just don't get it. Yeah, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's gonna become more extreme. Like there's like when the pressure is on, there's gonna be people who go even more into it, who are like totally like I think we're gonna see some crazy behavior. Honestly.
Yeah, they're gonna blame people who didn't get it again, because they're gonna be like, see you people who didn't get it. That's why.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see more extremes, like the people who like the libtards, as they say, who totally believe in it. They're gonna get even more, like tunnel vision, and then you're gonna indeed have people who complied with it the first time, who like kind of escape. I see it kind of like as a pressure cooker who comes which is pressing, and some sparks fly off on the side. The ones who still escape, but other ones are gonna be like squished even more.
Maybe that's why they're doing it. Or maybe they're not doing it to punish us because they know they can't stop us, but maybe they're doing it because they know that the people who are sucked into it already are going to be even more sucked into it, and they can be used as weapons against us.
Whoa.
Yeah. So that could be another.
Yeah.
Because those people are going to be going crazy. Those are the people that are going to be like they were before, yelling at you for not wearing a mask, not allowing you to go to family functions, like actually saying violent, what's the word, like inciting violence or encouraging violence against you, or like labeling you like as a murderer or something like that. Like who knows if they feel that much pressure from being locked down a second time, and like they have a target, and we're the target, they could go freaking crazy. So maybe that's the point. I don't know.
Yeah, really, really interesting. I want to bring up Jan Emily. Hi, Jan Emily says, imagine if they take down the internet during this next lockdown. I think that's a very good point. What do you think about that?
I think they might like take it down just to like make people scared a little bit, but I don't think they will take the internet like down for a long time, because the internet is like, it's become their new, you know, form of control, you know, and I don't think they're gonna like chop their own head off, so to speak, by disabling it for weeks. I think the internet, you know, they want people on their phones, they want people on social media, they want people to see the news. And if you put down the internet, so much control now comes from like television, which is the internet now. Television has basically gone to the internet, and so much control comes through that. So, and if you, there's more potential for like chaos. And I think personally, I think destabilization of like authoritarian structures when the internet is down. It's like when the electricity, the internet is almost our electricity these days. So I think if they put it down, it's gonna too long. It's gonna work against
that. Would be like a total desperation move if we were in like a full-on revolution or something like that.
Is there a rumor about the internet going down?
I'm not sure, but I do know that when some countries go into like their full revolution against the government, they shut down the internet so that people can't like communicate with each other.
Yeah, but then people would be forced to actually be around each other. And then there's gonna like, that would actually create more unity, probably.
Yeah, totally. Exactly. Do you want to pull some cards, Sunny? We can both pull some cards on what is the point of these mandates coming back right now?
Okay.
Is there something that we're not
and does it have like,
about this?
Are they going to add climate change into it and say, oh, climate change it's not COVID. Oh, it's not COVID, by the way. It's actually climate change that we're all sick. So this is even more intense, and you have to wear gas masks and buy fucking oxygen with fluoride in it. I was saying that to Meg. Like, I used to think about that when I was a kid. I used to think it's so weird. Like, why the hell do I need to buy drinkable water in plastic for like however much money bottled water is? And I would like think, oh my God, are we gonna have to like buy oxygen tanks one day in the future? And then I'm gonna have to buy like organic, like pure non-fluoridated oxygen, and it's gonna cost like $1 million just to breathe.
It's crazy. You do cards and then I'll do
okay,
cards.
so it's, what's the point of this?
What's the point of this from the people that are putting it onto the collective?
Okay.
And let us know in the comments, you guys, what you're feeling.
Fortune. Okay, this card keeps coming up. I've pulled this card 3 times in 3 different readings. This like since yesterday.
Do you want me to put that up or just?
Oh yeah, sure. Sorry. Fortune, which is the sun in Leo. So obviously, maybe I don't know. Let me see.
Yeah.
That could have a couple of interpretations there.
Okay.
Just hold on. Okay, this is so weird. Companionship. Moon in Libra. This is weird.
People being together.
Yeah, but it's like a point of view from revenge.
Whoa.
Mars in Scorpio. Okay, let's look at it from this point of view. Fortune, because we all know that money is like their ultimate goal, and like owning everything and owning the Earth's resources, even owning the sun and trying to block the sun and everything they can do to beat us down and break us down and take our money, because we know that they live off our taxes basically and just stealing everything they can take. This companionship, it's kind of confusing, but to me, you see how these women are together. It's like these are, and like a handshake here, like that's them together. Like they have, this is a plan, like a really long-standing, like ancient Babylonian like type plan or something. Whoa. And this is them, like they have to do this. This is something that's been set and put in place for them. Again, I don't know how long these people have been alive for. Like if reptilians is a real thing, these people could just be like switching meat suits and stuff, and could actually be really ancient souls that have made this contract like a long time ago, and they don't want to break it because they want to continue. And I don't know why. It's like, why wouldn't you want to ascend and be in heaven with like God? I don't really get that, but I'm not evil, so I don't know. And then revenge, just to have fun, because it's fun and it brings them pleasure to instill fear in us, because I mean, if the reptilian, again, theory is true, they feed off fear and they feed off suffering, making us suffer, and controlling us, and taking revenge too for us, those who didn't comply. And now we're now we're free again. They're not really free, but now we're still living happy lives. They didn't beat us down, and it actually brought more of us closer together. Even like in this example, maybe not everyone is together in person, but we're all right here watching this video right now and talking to each other on this video right now. So, and they don't like that. So they want to just break us down more, I guess, for some, I don't know why really. And this has the earth on it too, which is interesting, like the sun shining on the earth.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Murray says, Sunny can read cards and she is funny. Yes, Sunny is
Thank you.
the funniest person I've ever met. And I've told Sunny since I met her when we were in high school that she should also be a comedian as part of what she does. That's how funny she is.
Comedic card reader.
Comedic card reader. Yeah.
I don't know. Does that make sense?
That made total sense. Did you think that made sense?
I feel like these people are like actually like ancient. Like they could even be like demons. Like, you know how there's demigods, like Hercules was half god and half human. Like these people could be half demon, half human.
Well, they're half,
would make them ancient.
Yeah, they're half something because this is not human. This is not of human love. It's not.
But I don't know why they want to stay here so bad. Like,
because they've been feeding off of our energy.
Why don't they just nuke us all then if you want the earth? Like, I just don't get it.
I think we're their food source, you know.
Exactly.
They need us, you know. The fact that's something. The fact that they want to control us so bad is because we are their food source, you know. Like it's like the farmer's cows, you know. He doesn't want to lose them, so they're actually, for them it's survival. We think we think it's about control, but it's even more than that. It's for them it's about survival because they know the earth is going through this shift and the vibrations of the earth are changing, and they just want to keep most souls as they can. They want to keep in bondage, you know. And that's basically it. We're their energy source on, you know, not only on the physical, of course, on the physical levels. You know, we have the government who do taxes, and you know they skim off everything, you know, with taxes. It's basically like mafia style.
Yeah.
You know. And then you got the financial skimming, the financial energy, which is being drained through inflation and taxes and what have you not. And then you got it on other like just the physical properties, like with the house crisis, they take all the houses, and you got it on etheric levels too, where they actually, you know, drain the emotional, you know, the lower emotional energies, which they generate through manipulation and through fear tactics. And so on the physical and on the etheric levels, we're food source to them, and basically they need us. If we stop giving, if they lose us, it's game over for them. They're like, for them it's life. For them, I think they don't. I don't think they consciously realize it. I think for them it's a subconscious. It's a subconscious fear. I don't think they consciously realize they have this fear of losing us. I think they feel, you know, they feel king, and
that's what I was going to say too about the companionship. Like they don't want to lose us.
Yeah, it's a parasitic, you know, attachment to humanity anyway. But we, I think we have to, like, you know, we can't blame them only because we allow it, you know, through our compliance. It's a two-way street, you know. Anyway.
We've been hijacked through this lower astrological age we've been in by, whether they're reptilians, whatever kind of beings they are, they're, like Jens says, parasites that feed off of us. And now that we're entering a light age, it's not even possible anymore, but they're trying to do as much damage as they possibly can and bring people into a lower timeline. But it's also, it was really good. Everything you just said was really, really powerful, especially like them planning this for so long. We're going to get to your super chat, Matrix Game Master, in just a minute. Thank you. In just a minute. But I just wanted to say, yeah, I totally agree. I feel like they've been planning this for so long, but it can't even energetically work. It's not even allowed to work. And it's kind of funny in a way that they're even trying to do this again, because everything, like we were saying, backfires, and it's actually going to wake more people up. It feels like. I
just don't understand why they would want to be like in a body forever. Like, don't you want to be free? Like, what is it that's tying them to the earth? Is it because because they know more about what the truth of what the earth actually is than most people do? Because here you can create things physically. You can't create anything. Like when you're a spirit, you just kind of float around and exist and whatever, but you can't actually like make things happen or touch things or whatever. I just don't understand why you would want to be in a body forever.
Yeah, I think Gigi Young talks about this, and she says these beings, which are like demonic beings, they want to enter what she calls the life wave of the earth, because for them physicality is like it's like an amazing experience, and
Power?
it's like a
Ultimate
holy
power?
grail. They want to be physical. That's why they want to attach it, and then they breathe themselves into humanity. They want to enter like because they're outside of like the earth reality. They really want to inject
Oh my
themselves
God.
into it through humanity.
I got another
Oh my God.
Scorpio card, manipulation. Jupiter and Scorpio actually have that
Wow.
in my chart, but it's just interesting. I don't understand it. This looks like Aleister Crowley.
And it's also an ancient statue kind of looking thing.
It looks like Aleister Crowley to me.
Yeah.
I don't know, like a evil, not evil. I don't know if he's evil, but like a dark mage, I guess. Yeah, it's just, yeah, I think maybe, yeah, we don't understand it because we're not actually evil.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, like we were talking about, and I know you said that ultimately it's not going to work. It has infiltrated. It's like a parasite. It's in media. It's in medication. It's in curriculum, school curriculums. It's in music. It's in food. It's in everything. It's like a parasite. It is a parasite.
Yeah.
Because parasites will take over you, and demons are parasites. They're a certain type of parasite. And yeah, like that. Have you seen the movie Nefarious yet?
I don't think so.
Really?
No.
It's pretty trippy.
Yeah, I think they're addicted too. They're like, you know, like some people are addicted to like the earthly, like totally addicted to earthly pleasures like money, sex, you know, and then it follows them into the afterlife. I think it's the same thing with these beings. They're like the carnal lusts and the perverse lusts they have. That's why these elites, you know, are into Satanism and stuff and do these horrible things to children because they're addicted to the perverse, you know. They're addicted to the demonic. Yeah, I think it's addiction too, you know.
Yeah,
I want to know the word for half demon, half human, just like a demigod, but opposite.
So true. So while Sunny is looking that up, Matrix Game Master, and maybe you want to do this, Sunny. If you will pull a card, we'd be more than happy to. Victor, I had a recent fork in the road. Of life. I choose the fork. Intuitively, I feel I choose wisely. What say the cards? I'm going to pull some astrology cards.
Yeah, you
and then
do it because I had a meeting with Victor a couple weeks ago. So let's get him a new perspective.
Awesome. Okay. Recent fork in the road. I choose the fork. Intuitively, I feel I choose wisely. What say the cards? Okay. So this is really random. So right away, before I even pull any cards, I'm intuitively seeing Mount Shasta. So I don't know, Victor, if you've ever been to Mount.
Hilarious.
Why?
I don't know, because I think I talked about mountains with him too.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm seeing Mount Shasta very strongly in front of me. So if you've never heard, Victor, about Mount Shasta, it's a sacred site in Northern California. So I think you should look that up. I feel like that I always set the intention that whatever's coming through for your highest good is for your highest good. So if you're asking about this fork in the road, I'm seeing Mount Shasta. It's a sacred site. It's in Northern California. Maybe you've been there already. Let us know in the comments. Maybe you haven't been there. I think you should check that out. Maybe you should go on a trip there or look into the sacredness of what that's all about, what Mount Shasta is. I'm not an expert on that, but mountains are about strength. Mountains are portals. A lot of mountains like Mount Shasta are portals into the inner earth, and like the Lemurians and the Sasquatch and all those different beings. So I'm feeling like wilderness and outside and nature. So I don't know if that's something that you do already or you're interested in being more in nature, but I'm seeing Mount Shasta really strong, and I'm going to pull some cards.
And like-minded community too out there.
Ooh, Victor. Oh my God, Victor. Oh my God, Victor. Whoa.
Okay. Sorry,
okay.
I'm reminded.
Okay.
I know what that is, and I know what that is too.
Victor, these are two of my favorite cards, and you got them both together. Sorry, I'm like literally the worst at holding the cards, and now there's three of us, and I don't want to block us out. Yay! Venus and Jupiter. These are two of the benefic planets, Victor. So yes, you made the right decision. You actually more than made the right decision. You totally made a badass decision, and it's going to go extremely well. Venus and Jupiter are two benefics about abundance and the pleasures of life and expansion. So really, really positive. And also the Neptune card, which is spirituality and spiritual activation. I feel like you're really, really intuitive, Victor, and your intuition feels like it's on fire. So keep following your heart, keep following your third eye visions. And yeah, you 100% made the right decision for sure.
I told him that he's going to meet his soulmate in the mountains and that they're
What?
probably a Pisces or a Leo. And there was a lot of Pisces influence.
Neptune, ruler Pisces. Okay, so yeah. Wow. Transcendental Gem says, I just got back from Mount Shasta.
That's
Went
so
there
cool.
for 8/8, almost every 8/8.
That's
So
so
cool.
cool.
I've never been there. That's awesome. And Victor says, I know it well, on my bucket list to go.
Get
Okay.
into the mountains. I think Victor
Yeah.
is a Scorpio rising and moon.
So cool. Awesome. So thank you, Victor. Yeah, what we were talking before. We also had Nicole earlier asked, how are the energies in the US? Do you feel the stress of the collective? How do you guys feel?
I don't
being
feel any
in-
stress here.
Yeah. We've been in like 3 completely different places.
Yeah.
2 of them were more touristy, and here we're not really around tourists. But we're like in a beach area, so I think it's kind of hard, no matter what your circumstances, to like be really stressed out at the beach.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion. I mean, although I am a true crime person, and I did listen to a freaky story about some criminal guy that got mad that everybody was rich and he wasn't in Florida. So yeah, no, that's as far as I'll go.
So you're not.
There's exceptions. There's crazies everywhere, but
Yeah,
no,
there's
I don't.
crazy. There's crazy people.
I don't
everywhere.
feel stressed really.
Are you feeling stressed here?
No, not at all. I'm on vacation. Why would I feel stressed? That would be bad.
I don't know. It's
I like going
weird.
to the beach and sitting in the sun. So
I don't feel stress in the US, but I feel a lot being revealed just when I'm walking around. And I feel, I freaking love the US because I feel like there's a lot of, be careful with my words here. You guys have a lot of things that we don't have in Canada. You guys have certain rights that we don't have. So I like the vibration of that. I like the vibration of the freedoms and what people are able to have on them and what they have in their homes.
That's
Like it just feels
exactly.
free.
Yeah.
And as a Canadian, like it makes me want to cry. I wish every country could have that.
Well, it's interesting because I noticed that there are like political differences in people, like everywhere you go. But like Meg said, even though some people might not agree with your political views, you still have the option to, what's the word?
Protect you.
Yeah, I don't know, certain rights. What's the word when you're like, I don't know, to have certain rights, I guess. But in Canada, there is political differences. There's one political voice that is much louder than the others, and if you even say that you wish you could have certain things be legal, like let's say even like, am I allowed to say pepper spray or something?
Yeah.
Like that's not even legal in Canada. And for me, where I live right now, I don't feel safe even walking down my street. And it would be a nice option to have pepper spray. But if you even like mention that, somebody in Canada would probably think that you're crazy and call you like racist or something ridiculous for that.
That could affect your job.
Yeah.
That I
carry around pepper spray or something stupid like that. Like it's extreme in Canada. And yeah, there's people here who have political differences, but you guys also really strongly believe in the First Amendment, and you can say whatever you want, basically.
Yeah. That was so cool. And I feel like too, Nicole, when you're asking how are the energies in the US, do you feel the stress? I don't feel stress. I feel like this country, no matter what happens, is not going down because there's a backbone of, like Sunny was saying, those certain rights and freedoms. And it feels solid, the word solid. I feel like saying.
I feel like Canada, when I compare to Europe, like Canada is much more like Europe in their sensibilities and the way their culture works, and the way the authorities work. Because in Belgium too, there's like pepper spray, guns. Don't even think about it. It's not allowed unless you go to like some 1,000 checks and you're a member of a shooting club. But it's not like it's not like in the US. So
Elite Brussels shooting club.
Oh my God.
What else do I want to say? Oh yeah, and I find that people are a little bit friendlier here too, and like easier to talk to. especially in Louisiana. Like people were really nice. In Memphis, like when we were at Graceland, I noticed that not a lot of people were talking to each other, which I thought it was weird. I thought it was going to be like more community based because we're all here for one reason. It's because we love Elvis or whatever.
Because we were there for Elvis week.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's like a tourist thing or if it's because people are from different places, but like not a lot of like people were talking to each other. I thought that was kind of weird, but yeah, I overall like compared to Canada, I feel like people are a little bit nicer and less like nose in the air.
Yeah, I agree. Canadians think that, well, unconscious Canadians think that they live in the freest country and that we're the best country, and it's a freaking lie. It's not even real.
And most of the time when you're out like in public, like majority of people that you see will just be like,
yeah,
like make this face at you, be like won't even acknowledge you or look at you.
Mm-hmm.
There's more hospitality here. Maybe it's a Southern thing. They call it Southern charm or whatever, or Southern manners. I don't know.
Yeah. Gypsy Mama says, it's so extreme in Canada. I had so many people trying to get trying to get me fired for standing up the last 3.5 years. Good for you, Gypsy Mama. I can't even park my vehicle in my parking spot because of the stickers on my vehicle. It's like,
oh my
there's
God.
some things in Canada that are so ridiculous that when you talk to Americans, they're just literally looking at you like, what?
And even if they don't agree, they'll be like, maybe some of them are extreme. Like we know that there are libtards, but honestly, I don't think the majority of the population are libtards. And I think a lot of people, even if they are more left leaning, are kind of have common sense and are kind of more tolerant and will be like, that's nice. I don't agree with that, but I'm not going to be like, fuck, you can't park in my parking lot. Get out of here. You're a racist Nazi coming.
Yeah, I feel like Canada is more authoritarian, you know. It's like it's got this undertone of totalitarianism, you know, like in Europe too. In Europe, people are like more like follow authority more, and in Canada, it's more like the way you have to behave. Like it's like, I also like at the border. I mean, the experience of the border officers when you come into Canada, they're much more strict. I thought it would have been the other way around because the US has like this image of, you know,
it used to be like that,
but it's the other way around, and I feel like Canada is way more authoritarian and totalitarian than the US because it's like they call it, you know, jokingly China-da, but there's a truth to it, you know.
China, that's
for real. I mean, like there's Chinese people or Chinese government and Chinese military in Canada. So
yeah. And Michelle here says Canada has changed so much, it's unrecognizable now. It's true. It's really, really so wild. So Canada is on its own journey for sure of going into either Canada is going to go into its independence, or we're going to somehow, I think, merge with the States.
That would be good for Canada, I think.
I think it would be good for Canada too. So we'll see about that. I'm going to look more into should we pull some cards on that?
Sure.
Is Canada going to merge with the States?
I feel like it wouldn't work with like the way our current political system is right now. Like there would have to be like a huge like system change for that to work. But when it does, like totally, just let me drive over the bridge, dude. Yeah. Like in Europe, you can drive from Jens's house to like to Holland or whatever, or to France or whatever, and there's no issues. I know it's a different country, but it's not that big of an issue.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about it. But you know, it's a good thing, and it feels really good to be able to drive to Holland and not have to cross a border. But on the other hand, the EU is made by these same New World Order people that were behind it, and they do it to create their New World Order. So you know, although it comes from a bad thing, it's kind of easy, but yeah, it's a two-edged sword in a way, you know.
It's just like obviously the governments are messed up everywhere, but I'm just saying like just the ease of being able to, the freedom of movement to just go from one place to another without having to explain why. It's like, I'm a human, that's why.
Exactly.
And I live on the planet Earth. Like, leave me alone. And obviously, like, it gets hard when there's like criminal and all that kind of stuff, but I think there just needs to be a system change. That's all. Okay. So the question is, if Canada will be merging with United States.
Can we ask, within the next 5 years, will the land of Canada be merging with the United States?
Oh my God. Okay. Within the next 5 years. Okay, this is a lot of cards here. Speculation. It's all speculative right now.
Ooh.
It's possible. It's a possibility. It just depends. See the crab? It's got its claws on the wheel on the chart on our face and on the all-seeing eye. It just depends on what the right hands is. And also I feel like, again, I don't know why I always think like this, but I feel like and this kind of looks like King Henry, who is also a Cancer, King Henry VIII, I should say, and Anne Boleyn. Cancers is like a government sign to me too. I don't know, because Cancers hold some type of power.
Sorry to interrupt you. Cancer rules countries.
Oh yeah, okay, that's what it is then. It's like the countries. Politics.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so to me, it that is just saying it's all speculative until like it falls under the right hands, because it's kind of getting tossed around a little bit right now. Wow. I'm just reading what this says. Okay, and then we got restlessness. Like, it's easy. Look, this guy's just this Aries dude. This is Mercury. Oops, Mercury and Aries are on backwards here. Restlessness. As I was saying, like ease of movement. And look, there's a compass. Like, it's just so easy to go from one place to another. Why is there so many restrictions on it?
Yeah.
So it's like, it needs to be in the right hands. It makes sense that it should be easier to at least go from one place to another. I think this one came out first. No. This is interesting. Okay, so then we have Mars in Virgo, which is criticism. I think from borders not working and all that. Like, I don't even know if this is a yes or no question. I mean, a yes or no answer. This is inspiration. This is Mercury in Pisces. So to me, it's like showing me that it makes sense and that it could be a possibility, but I don't know if we have like all the, I don't know,
information yet.
Yeah, because again, like timelines can change and shift, and it needs to fall into the right hands. So we need to like, I could ask like, I mean, we basically just asked that question, but will it work out that way? I don't know. What do you feel about this criticism card? That people are going to be scared that Americans are going to like infiltrate Canada, like the libtard people that are going to be like, oh, these redneck Americans are going to like screw us up. Like, that's kind of how I feel a little bit.
I feel like we might not be, I feel like the criticism may be like, we're not quite there yet. Like there's not maybe enough people yet to accept in a feel good way. Okay, yeah, let's merge. You know, submission.
People need to submit to the idea.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess submission also would probably mean that, yeah, it could happen. Because it's speculation. It makes sense. There's going to be probably a lot of criticism from the people who are completely brainwashed. But it's going to be actually really inspiring, and it's probably going to be bring in like a lot of harmonious flow between two countries and between two different cultures, and to like actually unify a part of the world that kind of seems a little bit separate, even though we're so close. And people are just going to have to like submit to that idea. So it's about more people, I guess, opening their minds to positive outcomes of that, if that were to happen, I guess.
Yeah, Michelle says something interesting. Like, there is a plan for Mexico and Canada and the US to merge, and it's like it's called the North American Union, and they've been talking about it for years. It's like the European Union, and it's, of course, it comes from these New World Order people. But I think there's like, different timelines, and in one the bad timeline is like a North American Union who comes from the New World Order, which is formed by the New World Order, just like the EU was in the past, because actually, finally, a lot of the people who founded the European Union were CFR members, which is the Council on Foreign Relations, which is like an American think tank, which is like, the semi-secret establishment of the United States, which was founded by, Morgan and Rockefeller. So it's these same people who are behind it. And I think that North American Union, these plans, which Michelle talks of, is like that sphere of influence. But I think on a positive timeline, they can unite in a more positive way. I think there's two outcomes, two same goals, but on a totally different timeline.
Yeah, like, is that good for if it's, I don't know. And why haven't they done it yet? If there's a European Union, why haven't they done it in North America yet?
Yeah.
Is it because we are because there's Mexico, which is not like a first world country, and then there's the United States, which is a first world country, but it's like, even, I mean,
Mexico, and sorry to interrupt you, Mexico and the US are independent and Canada is not.
Yeah.
So it's probably hard for that to bring that all together when there's totally different types of constitutions going on. Whereas in Europe, most of those countries are still under monarchy and the same kind of system. France is independent, but what other European countries are independent?
Yeah, none basically.
None. They're all still kingdoms.
Also, border control from Mexico to US too is something that I don't know if it would be less crime or if it would be more crime. Like, I don't know where it has something to do, I think, with keeping chaos by not having us together. But is it to, I don't know. There's different perspectives. I don't know enough about this.
Jan Emily says, so is Canada under the rule of the monarchy?
Yeah.
Yes, Canada is a constitutional monarchy under the King of England. So Canada is not an independent country. That's the truth.
Oh, and then Jenny said socialist. That could be another point too, is that Canada right now is holding back or wanting to hold back on, or whoever controls Canada and what we're being fed as Canadians are wanting to hold back on the idea of merging because they do want to be socialist and they can't be merging with other countries that are like, for example, the United States that are actually free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, more so than Canada.
Yeah. Interesting. Deborah Crease, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Deborah says, I think more people are going to buck the mandates if they try it again and will have to back down because humanity could be pushed to the brink of civil war. Yeah, it's, I think it's not, I don't think it's smart them trying to do this. I don't think that this is a smart move.
Do you say your last name, Crieche? Let me know.
It's not smart, but they are obsessive, you know. They are driven by an obsession to control, so they make mistakes in that state, you know.
I bet in America they just call her Deborah Creechy.
Yeah, and just to show you guys, we are now in Retrograde City, okay? So we've got 7 planets. On August 28th, when Uranus goes retrograde, and today Mercury went retrograde, we're going to have 7 planets retrograde. And all the retrograde planets are the ones in the red that have red in their degree number. So this is all about things from the past coming up for us to deal with. And a lot of us that have been conscious and stood up for our rights and stood up in our sovereignty, it's like a reviewing and a reflection of that. But the people who didn't do that the first time around, it's also a review and a reflection for them, but I also feel like an opportunity as well for them to possibly step onto the higher timeline. And when Uranus, this guy here, the blue symbol is Uranus, goes retrograde on the 28th, that's going to be super interesting because Uranus is the planet that rules Aquarius and the age of Aquarius and freedom. And Uranus is going to be retrograde from August 28th until I believe December 31st, 2023. And whenever a planet is retrograde, its energy is felt stronger because the planet is physically closer to the Earth. So people are not just going to back down and accept this.
Well, it's there could stability too in Taurus.
In Taurus, which is the most unstable place to have Uranus. So our foundations are completely being rocked. Our systems are being tested, and there's going to be huge protests if they actually try to do this again, to the point where it could get shut down really, really fast.
And celebrities are already like on it and stuff. And I don't know, like I was watching YouTube today, and there's so many like commercials about like Pfizer medications that are being endorsed by like celebrities. Like it was like Lady Gaga playing the piano. She's like, I, like millions of others, suffer from pain while I am performing. Please buy this Pfizer medication. And it's like, are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah,
have you seen that commercial?
No, I haven't seen that.
It's messed up.
That's really, really messed up.
I get migraines, so I take Pfizer, blah, 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 every day.
Yeah.
So I can play my piano and drink blood.
Oh my God. So yeah, with the North Node in Aries now, you guys, for the whole next year and a half, pretty much, we're going to have to be it is in the natural alignment for us to be in our warriorship and our strength and to hold the light, to hold it down. We're not at the end of this battle that we're in with the dark
Yeah,
side.
to have strength, to have like never back down.
Never
you know?
back down.
Even if they push the vaccines again, you know, like I have for me, it's over my dead body, you know. The shot doesn't come in, it's over my dead body. That's the end of it, period.
Yeah.
You know, they're not gonna, even if they you know, if they say, for example, you will lose your work if you don't take the shot, I will not take it, and that's it, you know. We'll see what comes from that, you know. You need to have that hard line.
Yeah.
Because oh, maybe I'll take it, or if they threaten my life, I'll take it. I've heard a famous spiritual teacher say, you know, I'm not for the vaccines, but if they threaten me with my life, I will take it because I don't want to die. But then I'm like, you know, you just give up everything you stand for.
That's ridiculous.
And you'll be more free if you die anyways.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to maybe say as well, if there are lockdowns coming and you're not happy with your personal life at this time, try to think about what it was like living at home and being stuck inside with the people that you're with for almost 2 years or 3 years. And do you want to repeat that? Because I don't.
Nope.
So if there's anything that just figure. And again, with all of these, like going back to what I was saying before, when you're asking me how I was, going back to all of this Retrograde City, it's time to clean up the loose ends and really like get rid of the things that aren't making you happy and that aren't fulfilling your life. Because do you want to feel like empty in your own personal life again with on top of restrictions and stuck, like feeling stuck? No. So
Yeah.
I think that's a good motivational push too, to really step into what you really want in life, which will raise you up to be, again, a stronger leader for all of those people who are going to be waking up and to hold space on the earth and to be like a new earth way shower or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. So nice to see all your comments.
Hi, Erica.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, Erica says, hello from Belgium. Hello, Belgium.
Sorry,
Odile Almanza says, I just joined. I was hoping you can do a guided meditation for the earth as you spoke about last night. Power in numbers. Do not consent to the BS. Maybe that's something we can do this weekend. Maybe in a few days we'll do another live and we can do like a guided meditation. Do you think that would be cool?
We can do it.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea, Odell. We can definitely do that. And I'm just feeling so strong that actually the mandates and lockdown they're trying to do, yes, we're all one, yes, we're all connected, but I feel like this actually doesn't have to do with us, the ones that already stood up for freedom and our sovereignty. This is about trying to get as many other people, what I'm hearing is online, on board, on the higher timeline as possible. So I'm just like really feeling that.
There's another Belgian.
And so many Belgians. Yay.
That's so cool.
So I'm going to pull some Lenormand cards on what is our message for this present time for all of us listening, whether you're listening live or to the replay, all our soul family for this present time, on what's going on. What the heck is going on with this retrograde city? What is our message from spirit, from our ancestors, our higher selves, and star family for our highest good? I knew that was going to be the first card.
I picked that one before.
Yeah, you picked that earlier and I knew we were going to get that. Woo! Okay. So we've got the government card, and that was the card I knew we were going to get. Government, the woman, and the crossing. Okay, so the government, the tower card in Lenormand, or the government card, sorry, you guys, is about government and laws and regulations. The woman card is about literally a woman. If I was reading someone who was a woman, it would be about the woman. But I feel like because this is for us collectively, it's more about our collective divine feminine. And part of the feminine is being passive, right? It's not being very active. Not to say the divine feminine can't be active, but it's more passive. So I feel like people that have been passive have to make that crossing decision. The crossing is about decisions and challenges that have to be faced, things that have to be dealt with.
New world order or new earth?
Do you want the new world order, or do you want, I just pulled a random card, the new earth. And I know if you're listening to this video, we all know what decision you've made. This isn't really about us, even though we're a part of it. It's friends, it's family, people around us that are now having to make that decision. And I really feel this is about us holding space, us continuing to hold space, even though a lot of us are tired of it. A lot of us are over it. If you're not, that's amazing. So we got to be strong together, and we're going to get through this for sure.
I feel like I'm less angry about all this than I was during it before, because I have taken personal responsibility to have fun in my own life, no matter what the circumstances are, and focusing on the kind of life that I want to live and the kind of earth that I want to create. So I'm less blaming the circumstances placed on us by the elites or whoever you want to call them. And so I feel like it's easier for me to actually just like hold space and be compassionate at a distance, waiting with open arms when whoever is asleep is ready to awaken. And yeah,
that's beautiful.
But I won't stop standing up for my rights. And if someone tries to tell me what to do with my body, like, you will get the panther.
Spoken from a true Scorpio, Moon in Aquarius, Leo rising. And all of you guys like Sunny, that's a Leo rising, Sun or Moon. We need you guys to be in that fearless lion, shining your light and bringing the fun, because you guys rule fun. Being your playful selves, making jokes, keeping the lightness, because like Sunny said, we gotta, we're responsible for making our own.
You're like the queen, and me and Jens are both the lions on your shoulders, because we both look like lions a little bit.
Yeah, Yenzi has a moon in Leo, and Sunny's a Leo rising.
We both have like this long blonde hair.
Yeah, that's so funny. So yeah, any closing remarks, you guys, before we finish up?
Yeah, just, like Sunny said, I just, even if, more intense times come, just focus on the positive, you need to have both. You need to have that childlike innocence to enjoy life and look at the beauty of life, and then you need to have the tiger, or the lion, which can say, like, fuck you, here and no further, And I think you need to have both. Like, you need to be aware of both, and you need to cultivate both to get balanced through these times, in balance. You need to have both, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you guys for coming on with me and doing this live. And thank you everyone for watching and being a part of this time, whether you're watching live or watching the replay. And I think if you guys want to, we can do another live in a few days.
I like these. This is fun.
Yeah, Yenzi is really good at guiding meditations. We could maybe do a meditation and then a talk afterwards.
Sure.
So maybe we'll do that on Saturday. Follow me on Telegram or Instagram. Links are below to keep up to date with when we'll be going live. And of course, I'll post it here on the channel. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already, and like and share this video if you want to. And I will share Sunny and Jens's links are below. All my links are below. Sunny's magical crystal shop is templeofaqua.com, and you can also get readings from her as well under the services bar. Sunny does really amazing psychic readings. And Crystal Make-A-Wish crystal grid transmissions and her magical crystal site, templeofaqua.com. And Jens is most active on his Facebook at the moment. So on Facebook, he is Jens Patteeuw, right?
Yep.
So you can follow him there. Wow, 3.5 thousand followers. Because guess what? Jens has been speaking out. Jens has been an OG truther for the past 20 years, right? So Jens has been speaking out really, really long time. Sunny and I have been doing it for we're a bit younger, but not that much. But anyways,
I don't go onto forums and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Jens was going on forums like 20 years ago.
I remember before social media, and when I was a student in Ghent, in Belgium, and I tried to talk to people about it in 2004, and just nobody gave a shit. And it was like talking to a wall. But things have changed now.
Mm-hmm. Me and Meg were doing like private research in our home, like what the F. And then I never really connected with people online about it until like COVID, and I was like, okay, listen. Listen.
Y'all need to listen up.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. But
yeah.
I was never part of any like truth or community, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I would like to go back on those old forums. It'd be
Loves
really
it.
interesting. We should. Do you remember the forums that you went on back in 2004?
Yeah, some of them still exist.
Oh my god, we should read through that and like see like what people are saying or warning about. That would be so trippy.
Yeah, we should do that and look through and we can share.
Looking
that
through
live.
old forums is actually really weird, and there's like a lot of like good information on there sometimes.
Yeah.
About any subject, really.
That's true for sure.
I found some stuff about I found stuff about like Elvis by looking at like weird old forums, and his friends who are like dead now like wrote on them and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
I know. Anyway, sorry.
That's so weird.
I know we're trying to say bye.
Anyways, no, it's all good. We love you all very much. We'll do another live in a few days. Stay strong out there. Stay sane out there. It's all good. We're in Retrograde City for the next few weeks. 7 planets retrograde. Well, actually, technically, only until September 3rd. September 3rd, Venus goes direct. September 15th, hi, Richard. September 15th, Mercury goes direct. So we're in about just over a week of 7 planets retrograde when Uranus goes retrograde on the 28th. So this is a funky, dunky energy. Keep it cool, everyone. Do lots of self-care. Connect with like-minded people. And we will chat with you all soon. Our links are in the description below. Why are you scared? What are you scared about?
Just all the things that are going to come up during this time.
Yeah.
And make sure that you're taking your life seriously and that you live your happy life and don't let other people dictate what you can or can't do or how you live your life. That's the most important thing, I think.
Amen to that. Amen to that. So anything else you want to say?
No, just bye.
Okay. We love
Just
you.
bye.
We love you. Thanks for watching.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
See you next time.
Mwah. We're all connected. We're always connected. Love you all. Bye.